Hello, Norwood superstars. Let's get started with our new edition of our Norwood News newsletter for Thursday, November 18th, 2021 for Norwood Elementary School of Baltimore County Public Schools. As always, we're going to get started with our important upcoming dates. So we have a few of them that have been altered because of the extended holiday break, and we'll talk about that in a moment, okay? So because of the extended holiday break that used to be just Thursday and Friday, but now includes Wednesday of Thanksgiving week, we have Monday has been shifted to be our new pre-K conference days. That's Monday, November 22nd. No school for any pre-K students throughout the county because they are doing conferences only. So you just show up for the conference or you connect if it's virtually to the conference. There's no classes or school for them that day. Now, Tuesday, November 23rd is a pre-K and elementary conference day. So if there are any leftover pre-K conferences that couldn't get done on the first day, there may be some that day. They also don't have school, but neither do elementary students. So even if they're in 4th or 5th grade at another school like across the street, elementary students do not have any school that day, but older students do. So that's important to note. Tuesday, November 23rd is for pre-K and elementary conferences. Now, Wednesday, November 24th through Friday, November 26th, no school. All schools are closed for Thanksgiving holiday break, and we have that extra day to relax. Now, Monday, November 29th, we come back energized and ready for our next coffee and conversation session for November. Normally it's a Wednesday, but this time we're doing it Monday just because of the changes in schedule. It's going to be from 12 to 1 p.m. that day. And on Friday, November 3rd is our new picture day. So we'll talk about that in a moment. So we started a new segment before talking about calling back to previous newsletters for reference. So for example, these are some applicative newsletters that you may want to read specific articles about. I'm not saying you have to read the entire thing, but just refer back to maybe these little articles or blurbs within them that are very important and still applicative. For example, from October 8th, there is a template about for your absentee notes. So if you want to get an excuse note for your child being absent for some of the excused reasons, there is already a template in English and Spanish that makes it really easy for you to fill out. Now, if you have the time, you can also just handwrite or type up a note. It's just a personalized note for absences less than 3 days. It talks about that and what happens after for 3 days or later. Now, there's also on October 21st an important discussion about how to update student emergency contacts and who can pick up your child. So if you don't do it through the focus system, which is supposed to be an easier method for you to update, if you do it manually, there's a specific way to go about it, and it's very important that you read that because it involves you signing and filling out a change on a contact sheet. And for CCBC Winter ESOL Family Literacy courses for parents of BCPS students, on the last newsletter, we go a little more in depth about that and on some upcoming registration dates here in this area for that. Although there are other places around the county that are offering registration for that. It's free, but you can read more about that in that newsletter. All right, so big news here. The Q1 report cards and progress reports are going to be available starting Monday, November 22nd. All students are going to go home that day with a printed hard copy of their report card. So if your child comes home empty-handed, something has gone wrong. Now, you can always ask for one, but really you can also access it yourself through Focus. It's a lot easier to do that. So here's the access link as we've provided before. And prior, last school year, we had provided some written and video instructions, which if you scroll down, and these are going to be included in the description of this video as always, you can click on it for the video or the written instructions. But the beginning of those both instructions are a little bit different looking. Once you get into Focus, it's accurate. It shows you what you're looking for and how to find it. But once you go to the Focus page, it's going to look like this instead of what they show in the beginning of those instructions. So what does this mean? Well, you have your parent access methods, which are two different ways to do it, by an email through Google or Microsoft, or through creating a My BCPS account, which you can click on sign up now in the bottom corner when you go to that page to sign up for it. But these are the parent ways, 1A and 1B. But the student method, which a parent can do, if you know your child's credentials, you can log in as your student and see it that way too. And just click this top button that says log in with your BCPS account. That's the method for student access. So those are the three different ways, mainly two, and one just has two options for how to access it. And so if you have any other questions about it, just let us know, but refer to these instructions that are already available. important about picture day. Everybody's been asking about picture day. I know, third time's a charm, right? Let's hope that there's no, sharknadoes or just crazy scenarios that are going to make this end up being rescheduled one more time. But it is for December 3rd, 2021. I repeat, December 3rd, 2021 is going to be our latest rescheduled date for picture day. And for those of you who actually already ordered pictures, you're done. You don't have to do anything. You are set. Just have your child show up looking fantastic and they will be ready to go. You don't need to send any more money. You don't need to order anything again. They have shifted all those who ordered pictures already to that date. Now, if you are considering buying pictures, okay, you can either click on this link to go to the website, or if you got one of those envelopes, we sent them home with students on Wednesday, November 17th. So if you don't see it or they lost it, you can always call us and ask for another one. That's fine. We can send it home with them again in their yellow folder. But you can just go online and do it yourself. You don't necessarily need that. It'll actually have the picture ID. And then this is a sample of what the envelope looks like. And it's going to have this picture ID that's a bunch of characters. So I've shown it with the red arrow here. That's what it looks like on the envelope. And then you can just fill that out in the online form. And then it's going to ask you for your student ID. Now, since if you've gotten pictures, report cards before, sometimes you see the student ID on certain things. But you can always call us and ask us for the school ID because not everyone knows what their student's school ID is. So we can always provide that for you so you can, for the purpose of getting these pictures done. Now, you don't have to buy anything. If you don't buy anything, your child is still going to have their picture taken for the system. So they might as well come looking fantastic. It doesn't hurt whatsoever. Now, if you are going to fill out the envelope, do not send money ahead of time. You have to send the money the day of picture day. So that's Friday, December 3rd. Send it in that day with your child, with their biggest smile, with a money order or check made out to Life Touch Photographer, or just include exact cash. There will be no change given out. No change whatsoever. And that's basically it. So if you have any other questions, just let us know. Now, we have an upcoming Christmas bingo event for the whole family. This is sponsored by the North Point Village Recreation and Parks Council, and this is going to be a Christmas toy bingo event specifically. So you can win some Christmas toys depending on how lucky you are at bingo, and it's going to be Saturday, December 4th at Battle Grove Elementary School from 7 to 9 p.m. So come and try your luck so you can try to win gifts for the entire family. Tickets cost $15 in advance and $20 at the door. Doors are going to open at 6 p.m. that day. Now, there's going to be additional raffles and games happening too. So it's not just bingo only that's happening. So you might want to feel free to bring some extra cash in case there's some other things you want to play or do with your family. And you can also go to Battle Grove for advanced ticket sales every Monday and Wednesday leading up to this event from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Now, you can also call Chris Layfield at 410-382-5966 or Annie Layfield at 410-916-0255 if you want to talk to them and schedule an advanced ticket sale. Masks must be worn properly, covering the mouth and nose at all times in the building during this event. And if schools, for whatever reason, close due to inclement weather or sharknadoes, the event will be rescheduled for December 11th. November Coffee and Conversation, as we mentioned earlier, is going to be bumped to Monday, November 29th, which is a Monday. It's not our usual Wednesdays. Our staff development teacher, Ms. Spencer, is going to be discussing the different features and services of Focus, because many still don't really understand what you can get from that and accessing that. There's a lot more available now than there was before. So I know we keep talking about it, but it's really good to hit that point home and how you should get your parent access. And our reading specialist, Ms. Hoer, is going to discuss digital learning tools, first in math and Raz Kids. You may be familiar with these, but since things are always changing a little bit, it may not hurt to know how you're accessing these now. Some things have gotten a little easier since the craziness of last year, which we will not speak any more of. November, ELA unit overviews for families. Remember, we're always giving you a resource, and it's either about math or about English and writing, reading and writing and English language arts. So here is the reading and writing resource for all the 3 grades minus pre-K. They have a different curriculum. And there you go. Just click on them and enjoy. Here's an example, actually, of one of them right here, talking about main topic and key details. ParentTeacher Conferences for 2021 for fall. Now, we apologize and understand that while having an extra long break is a good thing, it also made things a little complicated for those of you who took time off to be available for these conferences. So we're really sorry. we know that there's always going to be a sacrifice or consequence somewhere. So teachers have been working really hard to try to be flexible and offer different options. Teachers are in control of how you connect, whether it be in person, virtually, or by phone for these conferences, and how to schedule these conferences and when they occur. So some of them may be doing some outside of that date, some of them may not. It just really depends. So just please talk to your teacher. If you have no idea when your conference is, talk to your teacher right now, immediately. Send them an email, send them a message. And remember, you always have the right as a parent to ask for a conference. You don't have to wait till conference time in the fall. There is a conference time in the spring. It's not that mandatory, but you don't have to wait for either of these two. You can do it anytime. So if you'd rather just talk to them and schedule a conference time or an informal meeting when you come back from the break, that is also entirely plausible. Last time we talked about an Americanism essay contest sponsored by the American Legion Auxiliary of Maryland Department. So this is a really important discussion and essay that your kids can write. And it's about the topic of how can we support families who provide care to their veterans. So there's going to be a cover sheet that you just have to fill out. So you just print out this cover sheet, and there's some information that here you just got to check off to make sure you have, and as well as fill out the information about your child. Some other stuff's already filled in already, but it tells you the word requirements and length for each group that your child falls into depending on their grade level. So it's only from grades 3 through 8 that can do this contest. Last but not least, a message from our nurse about change of clothing and clothing donations. So if you are going through your closets, you're doing your fall cleaning, right? And getting ready for your spring cleaning, and you find that there's some clothing that you just don't need anymore and you want to get rid of it, we do have a large need for boys and girls elastic waist pants, things that don't need belts. However, particularly sizes 4 through 10 are the most important ones that we need. So if you have any of those, including underwear, either new or in very good condition, we would appreciate that. This would be helpful. And remember, as always, to send a change of clothing to be kept in your child's locker for emergencies. This could even be just a matter of they get dirty from playing outside after it's rained or something. We do not always have on hand the correct sizes that may need. So if you want to avoid them showing up with extra baggy pants, the flashback to MC Hammer, then please consider donating so that we have more options and sizes for your children if they have an emergency of any kind that would require them to change their clothing. Thank you very much. We hope you have a fantastic Thanksgiving break, especially that it's extra long now, and enjoy the turkey, enjoy the family time. Please stay safe, and as always, keep on learning. Thank you.